Hello, guys. It's nice to be here with you again. My name is Joseph Babatunde Ogunshetire, and today I'll be talking about how you should prepare your documents, that is, your academic documents, if you plan to apply for the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Degree Scholarship, and some other scholarships that you can think of. So, I'll start by talking about references. Now, a lot of people make this mistake while they are still on campus. They don't build very good relationship with their supervisor or with most of their lecturers. And I tell a lot of students that while you are in the university, especially those of you guys that are in your penultimate year, try as much as possible to build a good relationship with your lecturers, because it goes a long way. I mean, naturally and normally, a student is supposed to have a very good relationship with most of his or her lecturers, because whether you like it or not, moving forward, there are some things that you want to do. There are some jobs that you want to apply to. There are some, academic opportunities that you'll be looking out for to get. And they request that you send a reference letter so that these people can talk about your character, someone that can vouch on your behalf. Very important. So, guys, build that relationship. Build that relationship. So, guys, let's talk about your CV. Now, I said in my last video that your CV is a paper representation of you in front of the application assessors. Now, what should a good CV contain? Remember I said that for the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Degree Scholarship, your CV needs to be in the Europass format. Don't forget, take note. So, for your CV, you need to arrange the dates of everything that you've done in the reverse chronological order. Now, how do you start a very good CV? You start by talking about your education. Don't forget, if you've gone to the university and maybe graduated in, say, 2014, and you later went to do something like a diploma and you graduated, say, in 2016, the diploma has to come before your university bachelor's degree, which is in 2014 in this case. So take note, after you must have written your education. For example, as a student that is applying for a scholarship, you don't just say bachelor's in mathematics or bachelor's in theater arts. You don't just stop there. You should come to the next line. If I did a project in business administration, probably I carried out a research where I had to ask a lot of people for the idea about entrepreneurship, or maybe I ran a survey in a university setting just to understand how students use goods and services. I need to put it just immediately after I've written my bachelor's of art or bachelor's of science. You write your project title. After writing your project title, you move to the next line, and then you give them an idea of the methodology that you used when you were doing your research. So they can have an idea that these were some of the approaches that you put in place to achieving the results that you got. Also, you might want to list some of the courses that you took while pursuing your bachelor's degree. I'm not saying that you should go and list all the courses that are already in your transcript. You don't need to do that. You can list five maximum, five fundamental courses that you took during your undergraduate, so that they can see that you have a tight correlation with the program that you are applying to. Very important. Then you move to the work experience. A lot of people make this mistake, because they've done so many things over the years. They just want to put everything in their CV. No, make sure that you pick those work experiences that are related to the program that you are applying to. And this is why you need to really study the scope of the program that you want to apply to, so that you can know how to strategically position those experiences as they relate to the program that you are applying to. Make sure that those things that you are listing, your responsibilities, they have a kind of aura related to the program that you are also applying to. These are some of the things that you have to really pay attention to. You should not just be writing it sheepishly, sincerely speaking. Every word counts, and make sure that you use compelling verbs. Activated, participated, contributed, engaged, provided, managed. Use those very strong verbs for jobs or for work experiences that you did in the past. And then what do you do next? You move to your professional trainings and workshops if you've done any of these before. This is also very important, and that is why I tell a lot of undergraduate students that while you are still pursuing your bachelor's degree, look out for professional trainings that you can engage in. You know, these things are very important because they will form the backbone of your CV in the long run, and they will present you as a better candidate when you are applying for scholarship opportunity. Go for those workshops, they will really help you in the long run. Some students say, oh, I don't have a publication, I don't have presentation, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. Publication is not always something that the program is looking out for, especially when they did not state it out that students must have publication. But I mean, if you have a publication, it puts you at a higher advantage, because when I applied for the Erasmus Mundus joint master's degree scholarship, I had one publication. So I don't know, but I feel that it gave me an advantage. So if you have a publication, it is very important that you include it in your CV. And if you don't have publication, now is the time you can start running around to see if it is going to be possible for you to publish your bachelor's project. Don't say your project was useless. It is publishable. You just need to work on it. And that is why I also tell people, talk to your supervisor. Like, you need to look for those journals, publish your paper, or look for a way of, drafting something that is publishable, and keep it somewhere so that you can put it in your CV and you put in view. You get, it's very very important. I've seen a lot of people who were not having any publication, who do not have experience going to conferences, that still got the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship and other scholarships that you can think of. Yeah, professional membership is very good also. It gives the assessor the idea that a candidate is willing to contribute to that body of knowledge, if I may put it that way. So join professional bodies, become a student member. Some of these membership are free, so look for them. Look for those ones that are related to your course. Look for those ones that are related to your research area. You have to be strategic if you want to get a scholarship. We move to the professional certification, and I think this is where a lot of people freak out, but you don't need to freak out. I'll be sharing with you a link that will take you to Coursera and how to apply for courses, take them, get the certification for free. I'll provide a link for you so you understand how to apply for financial aid, because if you don't apply for financial aid, most of the courses are not free. When you are taking some of these courses on Coursera, it takes a lot of time. You don't want to take a course that will waste your time. So if you have in mind that you are applying for a scholarship program that is engineering inclined, take massive open online courses that are related to the program. This is very important so that you don't waste your time, because I mean, after you must have applied for financial aid on Coursera, you need a maximum of 15 days or thereabout to wait for an approval. And after the approval, you can then start the course. You can't be wasting your time doing courses that are not relevant for the master scholarship program that you're applying to. So once again, be very strategic. The idea of showing evidence is something that we cannot overemphasize. Now, you've listed these courses in your CV. Ask yourself, how are these people going to believe that for sure you've taken these courses? I used to tell people that if you start running around and you want to get a scholarship, one thing that you should have in your pocket is Dropbox. Download the app, save all your certificates on Dropbox, and then you copy the link to all certificates that you list on your CV. And what do? You paste the link against each certificate. So while they are seeing that, okay, you've done a course in biotechnology, or you've done a course in big data, or you've done a course in data analysis, you've done a course in cyber security, it is not just something you mention. They can click on the link and it will take them to your certificate, and they will see for sure that yes, you did those courses. Because I mean, everybody can just list courses on their CV and there are no evidences to show for. So be wise, be smart, be strategic. Yeah, everything is not about academics. Some of these assessors, they just want to understand that you are not too much of an academic. I used to tell students, volunteer. You can be a course rep, you can join different committee, you can be a tutorial organizer, vie for position while you are on campus. become the president of your hostel, become the sport director, do something like outside academics, because these are also going to be a plus for you in the long run. To cap it all up, for your CV, you need to put the skills that you have and some of the technical exposure, because for this Erasmus Mundus joint master's degree scholarship, most of the programs are technical programs. They are highly research oriented. You have a skill in PowerPoint presentation, in data science and data analytics, laboratory skills. List those technical applications that you have a very good grasp of. These are going to help you, sincerely speaking. So I'm going to end that for the CV, and I will leave a link on my comment section that will take you to the CV that I used when I was applying for the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Degree Scholarship. So welcome back, guys. So now I want us to talk about the motivation letter. So what is a motivation letter? The motivation letter is the letter that you communicate your long-term goals. Motivation letter is, the avenue. It's like a paper space that you talk about your story. It's that place that you speak about your experiences as a student, or as someone who is looking for a job. You don't want to joke with anything. You want to drive home your point, and you want to do it in the most professional way. Now, what should a motivation letter have? What are supposed to be the best of content that should be in an award-winning motivation letter, or in a scholarship winning motivation letter? A motivation letter must have a catchy opening paragraph. And what I mean by catchy is that your motivation letter has to be compelling. And also, you need to write like a researcher. I tell people this a lot, but it looks as if I don't know what I'm saying. I mean, you are looking for a scholarship to study abroad. How best do you think you should write about your experience to someone in the academia? You need to speak in a language that they understand. And when I mean write like a researcher, I'm not saying you should start writing as if you are publishing a paper or stuff like that, but you have to be thirsty for solving problems. That is very important. Be thirsty for solving problems. In your motivation letter, talk about your research experience. What is that project that you did during your bachelor's? Talk about some other community development project that you have done. Listen carefully. Whatsoever it is that you are writing, that has to relate to your experience, must also be in sync with the program that you are applying to. Take note, it's very, very important. Yeah, there must be a correlation. Your paragraphs must have a continued flow until your closing paragraph. And also, it is important that while you are communicating some of your experiences, talk about the results, talk about your encounters. What were the advantages? What were the disadvantages that you faced? And how are you looking forward to improve on these research experiences? What would you have done better? The reason you're going to be communicating all this information is because you understand that the program has the solution that you are looking for. Probably you had no time to carry out some other researches that would have solidified your end results, or maybe some of the instrumentation were not really working in your case, or probably the researchers that are in your country don't really understand some specific area of scientific research that would have improved the overall result of your research. So you see why you have to be very strategic. Don't sleep on it. Very, very important. Take notes. Don't be too proud that you are not going to send it to somebody to look at it for you. It makes your life easier. Find somebody, look for people that have gotten scholarship, look for people, that are within that community. Send your motivation letter to them, people that you trust, for sure. Let them look at your motivation letter for you and let them give you a review, and their comments. It makes your motivation letter to become very improved, and you will be glad you did. I did the same. I did the same. So motivation letter is easy, and believe you me, you can do it. So guys, once again, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate that you do, because it gives me the vim to do a lot of video. It gives me the encouragement to come out to you guys to share my experience more and more. And yeah, thank you. Peace out. So see you in my next video, guys.